Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So, sister, I'm not certain where this ever came from, but maybe it's the wave of everything's positive in the world now, which is awesome. But in the same respect, it's taken away the reality, which is this, which is there'll be times that you want to quit. Like, you will want to quit. That's in relation to your marriage. That's in relation to your business and work. That's in relation to parenting. Fuck. How many times I've just been like, I'm just done being a mom. Like, I'm done. Bye-bye. This is too hard. I mean, not really, but you have those moments, right? You have those moments with your health. You're at the gym, you're pushing. Maybe you've got a goal of to lose weight. And you're like, fuck, this is so hard. This should be easier. This must be a sign. Like, if things are too tough, it must be because I'm not supposed to do this, or I can't do this, or I'm not ready, or I'm not enough. It's crazy, right? We think that everything needs to be easy, or that you'll get to a certain space. So I have this happen with clients all the time that will be going through the work. They've either, they're in a group mastermind, it's one-on-one coaching, they've come to a live event. Like, they've really been doing the work that I teach for a number of months. And then they hit this wall, which I hit the same one about a year ago. It was about 4 months into my coaching at the time. I'm still my current coach as I record this, Tema. And I remember just feeling so much resistance and so much this feeling of like, fuck this coaching stuff, fuck the podcast, fuck it. It's just too much. I can't do this. I'm done. I want to quit. And I remember talking to Satema and saying, Satema, like I thought I had this. What the hell? And he's like, oh no, the resistance keeps coming. I'm like, what? It was like this kick in the gut of like, oh shit. See, I thought, and maybe this is the way that you think too, sister, like somehow you get to a certain place, mindset, your body, your marriage, your business as a parent, and think like, whew, I got there. I reached it, right? Like, I got it. I got this. And then you'll have something come up, and you're like, oh, wait a second, I don't have this. And there will be things in life that are so unexpected, that is life, that you didn't plan for, but they happen. But they happen, and you will want to quit. And if you hear anything from this podcast today, sister, I want you to hear this. It is normal to have these feelings. It is normal to have these thoughts. Now, let's talk about what to do with these, right? And what the difference is. If you're constantly flooded with those thoughts, right? If that thought comes up and it remains for a long period of time, then that's a different story. But I'll give you an example for me. So literally 2 days ago, so I'm texting my husband, Ed. I'm just like, you know what, dude? All this stuff with my message, with this podcast and with my coaching and with new programs that I've offered, the sisterhood. And then here I am doing another live event in less than 9 months. And, it's a lot. It's a lot to fill that. It's a lot of work. And I love it. And I know my big why, which I'll share with you in a moment, if you haven't heard it already. But yet I woke up that morning and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I've been at this hustle for 5 years, man. 5 years since I started the process of, I feel like I have this message. Let me do a blog. Let me do video blogs. Let me create a podcast number 1, Mom at 41. Let me throw out some online products. Stuff that I tried, and most of it didn't work. And then, did the podcast for a while. I'm like, oh, this is cool. So let me, oh, you know what? I'm changing. My message is changing. Who I am is changing. Let me launch this new podcast and finish the other one. And then a few months in, just okay, well, let me, women keep asking me about do you coach? So I'm like, I'm gonna start coaching now. People are asking for it. It must be something that people need. Obviously women need. and, trying to figure out social media and studying and learning and being coached. And, it's been, 5 years. 5 years. Long time, right? So I woke up that morning and I was just saying to Ed, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. And I still at times will compare myself. And so I look at my husband, Ed, who's been working like really working hard. But see, I was in my chiropractic practice up until the end of May of last year. And so the time that I've had to really devote to this, my now current business, Women Wanting More, has not been the same, right? I was juggling a network marketing business and the practice full time and coaching and podcasts and trying to figure this online message and my message that I had to share with the world. And so, the reason that Ed, one of the reasons, because he's just brilliant as well too, he's had more time to devote into this, right? To devote to his craft, to really understand, to learn, to, get better and better and better. Because that happens with action over time. But I just woke up the morning, I'm like, fuck you. You have all this stuff, what the fuck? What the fuck? Waiting for somehow there'll be this moment where everything kind of comes together. And I have those moments throughout my life. That's the thing too, sister. This is not new to me, but it was the first feeling I've had in probably several months where I was just like, dude, I just want to pack it in. This is fucking hard. It's fucking hard. How many more podcasts do I need to record? How many more times do I need to have conversations with women who are literally, their life is falling apart, and they're like, I don't think I'm really ready yet. It's not bad enough yet. No, it's not that bad. 100 pounds overweight, husband's, just a roommate, your kids are on drugs, and you're fucking broke and you just lost your business. Yeah, let's wait on that one. Let's wait and see how that pans out. I'm not here to save these women or to save you, sister. But there are certainly times when I see enough train wrecks, it's difficult. It's wearing. It's hard. And so here's the thing that I'm going to really, teach to you is that it's okay to have those feelings. You can sit in your shit for a period of time. It's a short period of time. Okay? Now, for some of you listening to the podcast, this might be something brand new, or if you just listened and been like a bystander, not even really done any of this work. And so you might go, oh man, I feel like that every single day. Okay. No. We have a totally different strategy and we need to work with you about, right? Which you need to get to the sisterhood. You need to get to Women Wanting More Live to really figure this out if this is what you want. But for me, that Tuesday morning, I was like, I'm just going to sit in my shit. I'm not going to do positive focus. Which I now call positive shift. I'm not going to do the work. I'm just fucking mad. And I'm going to just really be okay with being mad right now and just being like, fuck this. And knowing that when that resistance comes up, because it will keep coming. It'll keep coming. I know, and what's been true for me in my life is that every single time there's been resistance, there's a flood of something just around the corner. And to me, it's kind of like the universe going, how bad do you really want this, Karen? Are you sure? Are you sure? Why don't you just quit? It's easier, right? Lizard brain gets in the way. It's easier. Just quit. Just be like everybody else, man. You don't have to do all this stuff. Wife, mother, a nice little teeny small business. That's just fine, Karen. You're good. Just live within your means. Play small. We're safe in that place, Karen. That's what the lizard brain will tell you. It tells me too. It's the same fucking primitive brain. So you will want to quit. And it is normal. And don't beat yourself up. But here's what this allows you to do is to get so clear on what you want. Because what became clear to me, sister, on that day is I know what I want with this message. I know my reason why. And it's twofold. Number one, there are so many of you that are dying out there to figure out you. That are dying to express who you are and you feel different from other women. And you just don't know how to get there. That are dying for the truth. That are not showing up as who you fully are. So that's number one, is be able to give you practical tools, action steps to really see that this is a way of living life for you. Now the second part of this, and this is my deep why, And I'm here for you, sister, but let me tell you something. I'm actually here for your kids. I'm here for your children. Because if you can fully understand this way of living life and the way that I see my children beginning to shift the way that they see life, can you imagine being taught this as a child, sister? Can you imagine not having to be deprogrammed and unbrainwashed into how that you see the world? And you simply get to grow up this way. Like, how amazing is that? So I'm here really for your children. For you to learn this and teach it to them and teach this to your husband and start to see a shift in how we actually see the world. A massive shift. That's my deep why. And that's what also allowed me to get out of my fucking shit that I was in the other morning. So here's your more tip for today, sister. Where is something that you're wanting to quit? And I'm going to challenge you on this. Challenge number one is you got to get really clear, like, what is it that you truly want? And the second part of this is you got to figure out, why do I want it? Your why will drive you so deeply, but you got to know the deep why. Keep asking yourself again, why does that matter? Why does that matter? Journal this down and really see what comes up for you with that. So listen, sister, 2 things I mentioned that will make this process easier for you. Number 1, you need to join the sisterhood. It is an online community of women just like you that want power in your life, that you have accountability and access to me as your coach. So you can go over to drkarenosborn.com/sisterhood and you can actually sign up for a 7-day free trial. Second piece of this, and to go deeper, and this is a and, not a or, but is to get your ticket for Women Wanting More Live. Hear the birds chirping? This is where I live in beautiful Victoria, BC, Canada. And Women Wanting More Live will be coming at you Saturday, June the 10th, a 1-day event to get so clear, to have the accountability of 149 other women that are like you, sister, that want these same things. It's like taking what I'm teaching on the podcast and what I teach in the sisterhood and injecting steroids into it. We're going to fast track you to get clear on what you want and why, to have the accountability of other women, to have that access, to have that association because you are not alone, and to leave with an action plan so you know how to put that into place. So that's over at drkarenosborn.com/live. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.